Here it comes. He struck him out, and Morris has a no-hitter.
There's a drive to left. That one is long gone.
You don't want to walk you.
There's a long drive to right, and it is a home run for Gibson. A 3-run homer. The Tigers lead it 8-4.
There's a long drive all the left down the line. If it stays there, it's gone. If they fair ball, it's the facing of the upper deck. Home run number 50 for Central fielder.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to the Roar Live right here from my Michigan TV studios. And you're also watching it on the Kavana Broadcast Network. So much to talk about as we enter into the All-Star break. 3 games to go before we jump into that. And the Tigers are rolling.
They are.
59, 35, 13 games. And believe it or not, the Royals jumped up into second place. Those last 3 or 4 teams, well, you can't count the White Sox, but the Royals, Twins, and Guardians seem to be bouncing around each other every day, it seems like.
The Royals did what?
The Royals are in second place. They are 7-3 in their last 10, 13 games out. That's still a big lead, but they jumped up to second place, a half game above the Twins.
Yeah, this division's over.
I would kind of say so. It would be a tragic thing for the Tigers to lose this lead. But you know what though, Cole? They've been surprising me.
Who?
You gotta be a little surprised. People didn't know what we were going to see with them coming into playing the Nationals and then the Rays and
Nationals stink.
They gave them a pretty good.
Yeah, they
run
split
for
with
it.
them, didn't they?
No, they lost the Nationals.
Yeah, they lost the
They
Nationals.
lost that series, and but I'll tell you something: the Cleveland series a couple series ago.
That was the cover-up for the Nationals.
That was a great series. Skubal pitched beautifully, and I know coming into the Rays aren't a chump change. They are,
Yeah, they're not.
They won the series. Of course, it was a kind of a letdown game yesterday. It was a rain delay, and they started a little later. They looked a little in that game. It was a typical. It seems like they win. The game before they won really good, and then this game they came out slow, 7-3. Mm-hmm. But what do you think?
Where are you going to get that? It's the dog days,
doesn't it? Don't you seem like it seems like that all the time?
It's the dog days. It's the dog days of summer. So you're gonna get some of those sluggish outputs. And it hasn't hit the Tigers yet, because they're winning series, so it hasn't hit them. So you never know with baseball. The best team doesn't always win the game. So
True.
That's the thing about baseball. But they haven't hit a bad stride here yet. They haven't hit. They lose, here or there, whatever, but they're maintaining winning the series, all these series. So it's going to be interesting to see how long they can survive, how long they can last or keep this up without hitting that 6-game losing streak, because every team goes through it.
Yeah, they have, and the Tigers haven't hit that yet, and
And I'm still not sold on the bullpen.
No, and we're going to talk about that a little later on in the show. Another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit later on in the show is I sat back and you hear all the rumblings, Co. You hear the rumblings of, well, what does the Tigers need? What should they trade for? Should they do this? Should they do that? And then I'm also going to bring up some things that I think are pertinent to this. Do you spend the farm to grab a couple of good players? Do you get rid of these 3 players, Max Clark, McConaughey, and I think his name is Jose Berchue?
Yeah.
Do you trade guys like that away just to get somebody to get you one World Series,
Yep.
you do.
Yep.
See, that's where I disagree with you. Listen. To be honest with you, do they have the firepower to beat the Dodgers?
No.
No, not at all. And we don't know what we're going to see going into the last half of the season. I just don't know if spending the farm, so to speak.
They may
to
not
get
have the
somebody.
firepower to beat Houston. People keep.
Well, Houston is up in the West, and they're up by 6.5 games over the Mariners. Who the Mariners come to town tomorrow night here at Comerica Park, and they
should
play
win that
them.
series.
So, but listen,
Yeah, I would give it up.
you'd give it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to throw some stats out here because it is All-Star break coming up here in the next 3 games or so. The Tigers, as of right now, are first in wins. They are first in losses, which is in, I guess, the lowest losses. They are third in ERA, and this is in the league, MLB ranking. They're second in shutouts. They're 7th in saves. They're 3 in innings pitched. They're 10th in Ks. They're number 3 in WHIP. Hitting, they're 5. They're 5th in runs, 7th in hits, 6 in home runs, 4th in RBIs, 9 in batting average, 10 in on-base percentage, 6 in slugging percentage, and 6 in OPS. Surprising?
It means nothing.
It means nothing?
No. It means that they're winning. Playoffs is different.
Well, I agree with you on that.
That's all fine and dandy. That's good. That keeps you in the
But,
lead.
they played pretty well last year in the playoffs.
Yep. That keeps you in the lead. That keeps you to wrap up the division. But it's the second season. What's going to happen in the second season? That's all fine and dandy. Those are great numbers. They got, they're doing everything right. They're doing everything right. But I would still, because you don't know what these kids are going to be like.
Well, that's true.
You
But
don't know-
But
you-
we seen them under pressure last year, and they were the best team with the last month and a half of the season.
But the key is last year. That's the key word. That's 2 key words.
But
last
they kept
year.
it going this year.
Yeah. Playoffs, they had a decent run. But again, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be different. It's going to be different because it has to be different.
Well, it's going to
Baseball
have
is
to be
just
different
Yeah.
because
Outcomes are different.
now. But talking about the trade deadline coming up in the next couple of weeks, when I see who people are trying to get, I don't know if I want any of them.
You don't want Skeens?
I don't think Skeens is going to be a possibility. I would love to have Skeens, and I'm going to tell you why. I would love to have Skeens because he's under contract till I think he's 28 or 29. He's under player control, team control. So if you lose Tarek Skubal, then because honestly, do you really think we're going to spend that much for Skubal? I don't. We didn't spend the money to keep Scherzer here.
Well, you had a Ali knockout. You had a 1-2 with Scherzer and Verlander. You still didn't win the World Series.
Right.
So there's no guarantee if Skeen comes over, you win the World. But I would still make this
but like you said, because there's no guarantee. That's one reason I think you don't.
And there's no
spend
guarantee
the
in
farm.
I'm more guaranteed with Scuba and Skeens than young kids. That's more of a guarantee to me. I would look at it that way. If you can get something bigger to give up something small, do it.
But see,
When do you get back to the World Series? It's not easy
I
to do
feel
that.
like maybe it's just me nostalgic purposes. I see 3 really good, solid baseball players that probably can make a difference in the next year or two. Why don't you keep that nucleus there? Because so you win a World Series, so then you're gonna be horrible the next 4 or 5 years. To me, as an owner, to me as a fan, I don't know if I want to see them I mean, yeah, I want to see him win a World Series, but I don't want for it to cost the next 4 seasons or 5 seasons, 6 seasons after that. We've already had a long enough drought. I would rather them stay competitive. I'd rather them stay in the same ballpark as the Rays and the Braves, keeping things with the young kids. Now, granted, they haven't won anything, but they've been successful, and maybe they have to wait another year or so to add that star player. You know what I'm saying? Because there's really not anybody out there that I can say that they could even go out and get. They're not going to get Skeens. I don't think that's going to happen. You heard a third baseman. I don't want to see him get Suarez.
Bregman.
No, I don't want to see him Bregman. Bregman didn't want to come here in the first place. I don't think Bregman would make a difference here. I don't.
Bigger bat. A+. He's an A defensively.
An A defensively, but Baez is an A defensively.
Not at third. It's different.
He's played pretty well.
But then you can add him.
Colt Keith seems to be the guy that they're going with at third now.
That would be a brutal mistake. He stinks at third base. He absolutely stinks. He looks like Castellanos over there. He's terrible. He stinks. He's terrible at third. He's not a defensive. It's not his position.
Well, they have.
It's not a position.
Quite a bit.
They're trying. Ideally, everybody wants Keith. Ideally, because now it frees up room to keep Torres, to keep him all in, and he hits his little 8 home runs. He stinks.
But here's my thing.
If you get Bregman, get Keith out of here. Send him out. Trade him.
I wouldn't want Bregman. I don't know. I think they should. I don't know if they should stay put. I would make a few different changes. Not if it's going to cost you like 2 of your top prospects in the farm system. I just don't think so.
Prospects are prospects.
Well,
they're not closed deals.
Well, at one time, Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker and Parrish were all prospects. Jack Morris was a prospect.
I get it, but the time is now. You have to win now.
So
you have to win now.
Look what the Tigers in the '80s did. They didn't. They built up.
Different time. You got to win it now. Because if you've already been without a winner for 100 years. If you can get a World Series, don't trade. You sound like LeBron. It doesn't mean much. Get the ring now. If you can get it. If you can get it, get the ring now. What it tells me is that some of you fans are thinking that you can't win it. Forget prospects. Forget them. I mean, it's good to have them. That way you can use them in this and that and this and that.
But with this kind of a market, we're not talking a big market like L.A. who can go out and buy all these free agents, or like the Yankees who can go out and buy all these free agents, or the Mets. I mean, you almost have to. When you go back and look at the Tigers when they've been most successful, other than maybe the last run when they.
But see, people keep saying that. I know where you're going. They bought a lot of players.
Not
Wong gone, Martinez.
Well, yeah, like
Pudge,
the last little run. Yeah, they
Pudge.
did. They brought people in.
Yeah, you just have to.
They still didn't win,
right? But they got close. They could have. They
But
should have.
when
They
you
just
look at something more successful than that,
They just choked.
you got a guy
They choked
in
in Philly.
Sparky Anderson. You had Whitaker, Trammell, Morris, Petrie, Parrish, all those guys. Gibson. You had Brookins. You had all those guys that came up through the farm system. And to me, I would say they were more successful in duration than this other 2006.
Let me break that.
thing.
Let me kill that. Break that. Let me take on that. Whitaker and Trammell, Morris and Parrish. You don't have that on the Tigers. That's totally. You're talking about Hall of Famers.
Schuble does it. You wouldn't consider.
That's it. You know that. That's easy. That's easy.
We have different position players.
But you have 2 Hall of Famers. Should be 3. There's not one Hall of Famer on the Tigers except Schuble.
But they
Win it now.
But they just started though. They're
No,
young
they're
in their
not.
career.
They're not that young.
Did we know Whitaker and Trammell were going to be Hall of Famers in 1980?
Well, Lou's not still, but he should be.
right.
Still,
Well, you know
we
what
know
I'm
how
saying.
that goes.
You know what I'm saying.
Well, we never know. You actually never know The prospects
Because
could
think about it. I mean,
play
when
out.
you look at the players that they've traded, let's just go back to the '80s. The players that they traded that they were young because they got the big thing, and then they ended up paying for it. Howard Johnson traded him. Walt Terrell. Yeah, did good for the short time. Traded John Smoltz, who ends up having a Hall of Fame career, for Doyle Alexander. And you seen how that? I mean, sure,
No, it wasn't
Doyle
bad.
was good for that one season or half of season when he went 9-0 to get him into the playoffs, but they didn't win a World Series. But then you paid for it for years down the road because then they were totally brutal in the 90s.
So
Brutal.
Yeah. So
Listen, if you wanted to trade, I'm going to say this: if you wanted to
pull
trade
the
Max
Trajan
Clark,
pull the Trajan Langdon, and just win with what you got. You can't. That's why they're looking at this. You can't win with what you have. Everybody knows that. They know it. They deep down inside they know it.
but
If
are they?
didn't-
But were they? Listen, were they really going to win it? Did people really think that last year that the Tigers were even going to go to the playoffs?
No.
It was a surprise.
No.
Just like I would say, really, the big person that's responsible for this team is Hinch. I don't think they would be playing like this if Hinch wasn't the manager.
That's totally agreed. Best manager.
So, but what I'm saying is that's what it took for the Tigers to get over the top in the '80s. You had to bring Sparky Anderson in, and of course, when you think about it, the quality of competition was a lot better. Those teams were a lot better in the '80s that the Tigers went against than what they have now. Don't you think?
I would say that, but people say I would be hating. But it's true. Everybody
is true.
everybody in the American League stinks.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers don't.
So you would mortgage. So okay, if you wanted to get somebody like Skeens, we talked about Skeens, I would do that just because he's young.
Mm-hmm.
You got him under team control, and that would kind of be an insurance policy if you lose Skubal.
Right.
So I would do that.
Right.
That would be a young player
Yeah.
for a young player.
Yeah, it's just
But to trade somebody, I just don't like. I don't want to see. They were talking about the Pirates third baseman O'Neill, not O'Neill. It was somebody. They were talking the Pirates third baseman, and I'm trying to think. I don't know if I would want to see that. He strikes out a lot. Why would you want another guy that strikes out a lot? We have enough of
well,
those.
they all do. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Brian Hayes.
Yeah.
Why? What? And then you hear a third baseman. We need a third baseman. Okay, let's go get Ryan McMahon from the Colorado. He strikes out a lot too. And not only that, how is he even gonna? How much better is he gonna be being away from the Colorado? It's home run derby up there with the air.
Well,
we don't know.
You guys have holes. You can still win and have holes. They have holes. Tigers have holes.
Okay.
Everybody knows they do. They third base. Your center fielder can't hit to save his life. Baez will drop. Torkelson's hitting home runs, but he's still hitting 220. Bullpen. You never know what you're going to get out of Flaherty. I would move Mize up to 2.
I can see that.
Yeah, there's holes there.
But do you feel like though?
But they're still winning. They have the room. They're in the playoffs. Anything can happen both ways in the tournament.
Right.
But you need a little bit more. That's all. You got the manager. You got the ace.
But who realistically, who out there? I mean, and it's always speculation because AJ Hinch was they were asking him about different things, and he said 95% of the stuff that you hear about trade rumors and everything else like that is false. Is there really anybody out there at trade deadline that somebody's just going to give up for a bag of balls that's going to make a huge difference? I mean, you have, you know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. Who? The Braves want to trade Acuna? I'd do that. For who, though?
Not no prospect.
Yeah, exactly. So you
You got to be not no one. There's got to be 100 prospects.
Yeah. But I mean, think about it. I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, play with what you got. maybe make a couple minor deals if you had to. But it was winning the World Series this year really on everybody's radar? Like, yeah, they're going to win?
No, I don't think so.
I would say just keep building from within. I like the way Trajan, I know you referred to Trajan, he's trying to, build something up, and I'm glad he didn't move a lot of those young guys for, a Kevin Durant or somebody like that. I'm kind of glad that he didn't do that. I want to see what these young kids can do together, because maybe next year, they already moved these guys up to AA. Maybe by the end of the year they'll have gone up to AAA, and maybe they can fill in those power. Max Clark has been hitting home runs. He could be a power hitter. Maybe that's a power hitter you need. You get him next year. You get McConaughey. You said we needed a shortstop. Well, McConaughey's that. He's that guy.
You need a shortstop. You need a. I would bench Meadows, and put Baez out there. That's what he's playing in the All-Star.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. Parker. No, but see, Parker's kind of coming around a little bit. He's been hurt. You got to think about that.
We got to stop saying that. He's not coming around. He can't hit. He just can't hit. Now, defensively, he does what he does. But your center fielder, your everyday center fielder, he's got to do something. Carpenter struck. He's not blowing the doors off.
So do you think if they go out and get a third baseman, they'll put Baez back in the outfield? Do you think that's what they'll do?
I would. That's where he's had his most success as a Tiger. I would.
Well, yes. A resurgence
as a Tiger,
for sure.
He's had more success. He's down to 280 something now, I think, but he swings too wild to be a 300.
But honestly,
anyway.
when you look at the batting averages of the Tigers right now, other than Riley Green, everybody's
Hobby's
batting 276.
That's down.
Riley
That's just down from last
batting
week.
279. Nobody else other than
and Riley dipped.
Yeah,
they don't hit. They don't.
Riley's
hit
got 123 strikeouts. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you would want a power hitter in the lineup, but then again, we really have two guys that have already had over 20 home runs at the break. Carpenter probably would be close to that.
But with the home runs, are they game-changing home runs? Okay, you hit a lot of home runs. Rob Deere hit a lot of home runs. That's who Torkelson is, a switch-hitting Rob Deere. That's what he is. He doesn't hit. He's hitting 220. He's going to always hit 220. But he can run into one and give you 20, 25. I don't think those have been – some of them have, not all of them have. They've done it as a team. Run the bases right, take the extra base, hit timely, manage well, pitch well, starters. That's all, that 20 and 19 and all that, that's not – you want to hit. You want to hit for average. You want to strike out less and put it all together. They got to put it all together. The hitting and the power. That's the beauty of it. Now nobody can touch you, because guess what the Dodgers are going to do? They're going to hit for power and they're going to hit. Houston's going to hit for power and going to hit. So I still think you need something else. Like I said, I would make the big splash. Why can't the Tigers make the big splash? Why can't they do it?
But like I said, who do you get? Like, seriously, who's really out there realistically? Like I said earlier, who do you get? Suarez?
Well, he doesn't defend well.
Well, exactly. Are you? My thing is this: if you're going to go and get yourself a third baseman,
it'd have to be Bregman. It'd have to be.
It'd have to be Bregman. Mm-hmm. But not only that, why would you want a guy that's a fielder at third and can't hit?
Bregman can hit.
Bregman can hit.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if Bregman's not an option.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, why, Suarez, okay, he's got a little more pop.
Yeah, he's got more, yeah.
But is that going to make a huge difference in the lineup?
It's a gamble.
If you put Suarez at number 4 in the lineup?
It's a gamble.
Is that going to be better for Torkelson or Carpenter? or you know what I'm saying?
It might have a little bit of psychology to it.
I mean, I get it. You know, it's more of what, a short game, so to speak, in the playoffs. You know, with the hitting, the pitching is.
That's why it's different.
So, do you think they should just say stick with what they got offensively and just go out and acquire some more relief help?
I think.
Honestly, I think they might need to get another starter. Now, don't get me wrong. I seen Reese Olson pitch last night. He's coming back. He didn't do too well, but he's also coming back from injury. Mize has kind of been looking electric. He was looking electric even before when he got hurt earlier on in the season. But is that enough? Is Skubal, Flaherty, and Mize enough to get you through the playoffs and be successful in the playoffs?
No. And you know what I noticed too? I watched a couple games. Like when the Tigers have an opposing pitcher that has good stuff, they struggle. They struggle. Like if they have like an opposing, like decent, like a B level, not even an A, they struggle. They tear into some guy with an ERA of 5 or 6 nobody's ever heard. When they battle good
But isn't
pitchers,
that every team though?
No. Hitters are going to hit. Tigers just don't. They struggle with good pitch. For the most part, like I said, when they're facing somebody who's just like the other day with Cleveland, when guy was going with Skubal, what was the score? Tigers didn't do nothing.
Yes, 1-0.
Yeah, they do that consistently. That's why you're gonna maybe need something else. They do that. I watched them and I look back. They don't.
But what a Eugenio Suarez made a difference in a game like that.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he strikes out.
Yeah.
He strikes out.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can go with what you got, but I don't think it's gonna get you where you want to get. I just don't. Hinch is great, and he can do what he do. He can do what he does.
Right now, Suarez is hitting .251. He's got 104 strikeouts. Mm-hmm. And
Well, he sounds like a Tiger.
Yeah. 84 hits. I don't know, man. I don't know.
If you want to, I mean,
he does have 29 home runs.
It's a lot.
It's 9 more than Riley Green.
It's a lot. And we're at the halfway point. That means he's on pace to hit 60.
But he's he's only signed. But see, if you go and get him, according to this, he's only signed through the end of the year. So you're basically getting a rental.
Rental, one and done.
And you would trade somebody that you think like a max. I don't know if it would.
Why don't you just put it to your other favorite team, the Lions? Wouldn't you think they would want to win now? If it means trade.
But I think football and baseball are two different.
It is.
Football is such a violent sport.
No, I know where you're going with it.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
I just feel like, I know what you mean. These teams, Major League Baseball teams, there's only maybe 3-4 teams, franchises that can actually go out and buy players and stack. Mm-hmm. My thing is, the other teams should take note from a Rays or a Braves. Granted,
but the Rays haven't won.
That's true, but they're there. And it could be just,
But do you want to be there or there? That's the thing.
Honestly, I want to see them be competitive for multiple seasons, not just. Granted, I would love to have the Tigers win a World Series and then be competitive.
So
I mean, the Tigers, when they won in '84, they were competitive in '85, '86, 87. It was '87, I think, that they went back to '87 or '88 that they went
87.
back to.
Yeah,
87, where they went back to the playoffs. But at that time, we only had the 2 teams that went from each division.
Right.
We didn't have 800 wild cards
Right. So
and
that's
stuff
what I'm
like
saying.
that.
It's all watered down. So you want to see more hot and readies being sold consistently, more hot dogs, more beers.
Yeah,
and not winning World
to
Series.
be able to go to the ballpark. I mean, because you never, like you said, you never know when these teams catch and get hot. Just like the Tigers last year, but there could be another team at the end of the year in the National League that might catch fire, and maybe somehow or another somebody dethrones the Dodgers. You don't see it coming now, but did we think the Tigers were going to do what they did last year? Mm-mm. No. That's what I'm saying.
Nope, I really don't. But I'm just a
now guy.
Yeah, I'm just a now guy with the rings because they're hard to get. They're hard to come by. They're hard to get back. So
but don't you think baseball's more of a longevity kind of a deal? I mean, sure, you've seen the Marlins,
but now it's like, so now even if you go out and win, then you get other players like, wow, okay, maybe I can go there now. They showed me they would take the splash. They told me they would do something different. Maybe I can go there and we win another one. It can work both ways. It can work both ways. They were competitive with Verlander and all those guys, and they were getting to the World Series. You had players wanting to come play with them.
What do you think with Scooble? Well, we were just talking about him.
He's not staying.
He's not staying. But when do you feel like as a general manager, you know what, we're not going to get him? And honestly, listen, this is the kind of stuff that kind of messes up anyway. Because we decided we didn't want to pay Jack Morris, and he took off and won 2 more World Series and I think he won a Cy Young too.
Yeah.
And then they let Lance Parrish go. They let Gibson go, which
Well, they were getting older too.
Yeah, I mean they were getting older, but they weren't that much older.
They were
only 3 seasons away from 84. So it wasn't like, and it wasn't like they were on the decline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, you hate to see them. But when do they ever really pay a guy to stay, other than what? Verlander, that homegrown talent, Verlander, and they ended up trading him away
for
a bag of balls, basically.
Well,
I mean, we got Jake Bryant.
Harrison, they already know he's leaving.
So do you think?
I think they know.
Do you think them? So do you think they make a move next year with him, or do you think? I mean, obviously now he's under team control for 1 more year. I mean, I'm sure you're going to probably have to pay him arbitration, especially if he wins his 2nd Cy Young in a row. I mean, that would be a good thing, but you're not going to want to. What happens next year if they're in the same position they are now, and you're going to lose them, but you're not going to trade him at the deadline if you got a chance to get into the playoffs and win a World Series.
Right.
You'd have mutiny on your hands from the fans.
Yeah, it's a quandary. No matter how you feel.
Would you trade Skeens for Scooble?
I mean, I would, but you ain't gonna get Scooble. Scooble's better than Skeens.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You're still gonna get a dominant guy.
I think Skeens, if Skeens was here, he'd be a 2. He'd have to.
Oh yeah, Scooble's a 1. Yeah. No matter who's out there, Scooble's the guy. But they're gonna lose him because he wants too much. He wants too many years.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at when we were talking about drafting homegrown players over the years, and I feel like, as I said before, I feel like the Tigers should stick to the process and just get these young guys going. But I was looking back at homegrown talent, catching for the Tigers. Mm-hmm. Bill Freehand and Lance Parrish were probably the 2 best catchers that were drafted by Detroit that have been here. Other than that, you bought everything else with Pudge. Mm-hmm. That's 40 years ago that you had that Lance Parrish was on this ball club, homegrown talent. And even further than that, 50 years ago, that Bill Freehand was on the club. So then I took a look back and I said, all right, first basemen. What first basemen did the Tigers had over the years? Well, you have to go back to, other than Spencer Torkelson's playing better now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot better than what he was last year.
True.
Okay. So, and he seems to be more consistent. Like you said, you know what kind of a player we're getting out of him. Okay. But is there room for improvement? Absolutely. But when you look back, I mean, other than when you have to look back even before Torkelson, you almost to go back to get a Hall of Famer, you have to go to Hank Greenberg.
Yeah.
And before that, I mean, after him,
Fielder.
no, Fielder wasn't a. We didn't.
No, not homegrown. I'm saying like I thought you said just decent.
No, I'm talking about homegrown drafting.
No.
Jason Thompson. He made 2 All-Star games. We traded him away. I mean, and then you look at second baseman. Gehringer, Whitaker, McAuliffe. Those 3 are the only homegrown. You go to shortstop, Trammell, Harvey Keene, Travis Fryman would be the last shortstop / third baseman, and then homegrown. And then you go to third baseman, and Fryman's on that list. The only one that would come even close after that is Brandon Inge. Outfield, K-line, Heilman, Gibson. That's a long time ago. Center field, Cobb, Granderson, Stanley. Outfield, left field, Horton, Kemp. That's it. That's it. And that's like 30, 40 years ago. Some 50 years ago. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, yeah, you can buy players, but at the cost of giving up youth, I don't agree with it. They've been better with pitching, getting pitchers, over the past 20 years or so than, or in their history than anything else. I mean, so you think go out and buy it? That's the way that they need to go, even though they're not in a market to where they can go out and make big money splashes like that. That's the way to go. Just get rid of the whole farm system for one player that, and you're looking at Eugenio Suarez. He's gone after this year. So you're not going to what would the Diamondbacks want in return for him? Because it'd be like trading Skubal.
That's why you got to make the smart move. You got to be smart about it. But I would definitely, if I can get better right now, I'm doing it. Because, like I said, to me, you don't.
So it's just, so you think the game's changed so much now that it's buy, and win one. And if you don't win one for another 5 or 6 years, who cares?
Look at Florida.
But doesn't it make it for a better game, though? When you look at, like, the 80s teams, the Blue Jays coming up, they were competitive.
Everybody was competitive.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
The Twins, the Royals, the Orioles.
Yep.
The Yankees there for a little bit I know they had a kind of a downward spiral in the 80s.
Yep.
But you had those teams that were, like, it was kind of like basketball.
Yeah, they were all tough.
Yeah, they were all tough. It makes them more competitive.
Yep.
It makes them more exciting. I mean, I just feel like, I really feel that they should just stay tight, hold firm, maybe get something. But they don't need a utility. Everybody on that team pretty much can play every position. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He's done a good job with it, but
I think really if you're going to make a splash and sign a big free agent, I think you're going to have to wait till the end of the year. I do. And get somebody in the offseason.
All right.
Especially with all these teams being able to make the playoffs now.
How many teams is it? So you get...
Well, you get the 3 division winners and what? And then 2 wild cards? I mean, that's a lot different than...
that's what Cleveland's playing for the Wild.
But think about it. The history with the Tigers. When's the last time that they made a big splash at the trade deadline that's made a difference? When they got in '84, when they went, was that at the deadline?
I know, wasn't at the deadline. Wasn't at the deadline.
Yeah, I have to go back and think in my mind. I don't think there's anybody that they've gotten that's made a huge difference at the trade deadline, unless it was a pitcher.
Yeah.
But I can't think of it because even when they went out in '84, Darrell Evans, they picked up Darrell Evans. That was in free agency in the beginning of the season. Willie Hernandez was in the free agency at the beginning of the year.
Right.
I mean, other than what? Doyle Alexander that went 9-0 in that to finish up 9-0 in that 87 season.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, and then like I said, you gave up John Smoltz for that. Now, did we know at the time John Smoltz was going to have that kind of a career?
No.
But I don't know. I know what you're saying. I get it. I just feel like the Tigers are more of a mid-market team. So I think, and you always have to pay somebody extra to come here.
Yep. It should be a decent destination. They have a history of winning.
You'd think
playoffs and World Series. It's a storied franchise.
I mean, you got a good general manager right now that seems to be putting things together.
Great manager.
But great manager, and that makes a difference. But,
yeah.
So the All-Star game's coming up next week.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing the hat. It's in Atlanta.
And I'm going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Got some good seats.
Good.
And
say hey to Judge.
I will do that. So looking at Tigers got 5 players now.
It's ridiculous.
Scooble, Baez,
Green,
and McKinstry made it as a utility player. And the Tigers' bad boy, Frankie.
Oh, he did make it? The bad boy made it?
He's in the... I don't... That's something new, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't... Can you imagine being a professional bad boy and be able to make the All-Star team?
I would
That'd
do
be
it.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd do it today.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, they have... Scoobs is the starter, right? He'll throw 1 inning. Is Green starting? Baez is starting, I think.
Yeah, he's a starter. They have 3 starters on the team.
Well, that's because they're winning.
And I think Scooble is going to start. The only one...
Scooble will. He should start. He's supposed to start.
I guess it just depends on when he throws.
That's what I said.
I think he's scheduled to throw in this Mariners series. I just don't know if that's tomorrow night or Saturday. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he didn't pitch. I'm trying to think. Did he pitch in the Tampa series? I don't remember.
Nope.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember that. But anyway.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Tiger All-Stars.
So listen, you just were talking about Bregman. Something just came over the wire here 4 minutes ago.
Tigers got him?
No.
I know he's hurt.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When is he never hurt? Yeah. I mean, come on. So they were talking that you could get Alex Bregman for Heo Lee. I'm assuming that means the Tigers would pick up the rest of that contract from the Red Sox. It says here, this is according to SportsIllustrated.com. Bregman is potentially worth of the trade deadline is not his ability, but his contract. The All-Star has an opt-out that he can use after the 2025 campaign.
Right.
So even though he's injury prone. Granted, he's an all-star. I like Alex Bregman. I'm not going to say I hate him.
Right.
But I don't know if I would have moved him for
we just got
a top prospect. And now seeing this, that would free up salary cap space for the Red Sox, even though I don't really think there's salary cap in baseball. Mm-hmm. If the Tigers took on that salary, and then here's the thing: if he has an opt out, maybe he wins a World Series here with us. And he ends up playing the rest of the time, and he has a good season. Maybe he does opt out, and then we kind of didn't really lose anything.
Right.
So would you say that's probably the best scenario then?
Yeah, I mean, people don't want Bregman here because he didn't choose us.
I'm not even worried about that.
They got a sour taste in his mouth.
Just like
you
said.
He didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be here.
It's the most money. You got to take the most money,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
To a certain extent.
Yep. I would get him.
I thought that was interesting.
I would get him.
I thought that was interesting. Let's see. So as we were saying, the Tigers have 5 All-Stars. Are you looking at? I was looking to get tickets to go to the Home Run Derby while I'm going to be down there, but there's absolutely no one I want to see in the Derby.
Everything stinks now. It's not the same.
The only one I seen that was in the Derby was Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, all the stars, like all the home run.
Do you think that does? You always hear the Tigers, or you always hear players say, it ruins their swing, the timing. Do you think that's the case?
Didn't ruin Griffey's.
That's true.
No.
You just think that it's just not enough money.
Yeah, it's always
fame.
Money's always a backdrop somewhere around there. Yeah.
Because when I was looking at the participants,
You don't just lose your swing.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's been kind of the rumor. Though.
Yeah, it is. I've always heard that. I'm not getting it. I don't want to affect my swing. Well, you're not. You probably are.
Do you think the players nowadays are prima donnas? In a lot of ways.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to pitch. I don't want to throw. I don't want to ruin my swing. Yeah, they're all prima donna.
I mean, you're definitely seeing it. You're definitely seeing the Red Sox got rid of Rafael Devers. And
he refused to play.
And he's doing horribly.
Yeah.
In San Francisco.
Yeah, I said this on one of our last shows.
I guess when I was reading, he stood up Will Clark, Hall of Fame. Well, he's not in the Hall. Will Clark?
I don't think he made it.
But he's a all-star first baseman.
Great swing.
Trying to help him
The natural.
to play first, and he is refusing to play any position but DH. But yet he's batting horribly.
Yeah. Yeah, he stinks. I mean, like, you don't just have to stink with your field on the play, your play on the field. You stink as a teammate. I think I said this the last show, a couple shows ago. Soto did the same thing. He refused to swing the bat. How's getting traded to the Mets working out for you?
Well, he got snubbed for the All-Star.
Yeah, what are they, 90 back?
I don't know if they're 90 back.
He's a butcher in the outfield. Just stick to New York. Just stay with Judge.
They're only one back.
Okay.
They're only one back.
Because I know they went through a losing thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, they are 5-5 in the last 10.
Okay.
They're 53-40.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Are you mad because he didn't stay in Detroit?
I mean in L.A.? I mean in New York?
I mean in New York. Yeah.
No. He's a cancer. He's a cancer to the program.
Cancer to the program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a me guy. He's a me guy.
Okay.
He's a me guy. He's a me guy. We don't need that. The teams, like, take a look at the Tigers. They don't care. They sit out. Next man up.
So would you say this is a new way of thinking for baseball, the way the Tigers have been playing? Like, is this the new way to play ball?
Well,
because you know how the games change.
Yeah,
right?
they're playing it. They're playing the game the right way.
Okay.
They're playing it the right way, the 5-2 way. That's how they're playing with a good manager. They're playing it the right way. Just that won't always get you a trophy though. At the end, anything goes in baseball. It's not. Anything can happen. They could beat the Dodgers. They won't, but they could because baseball's like that.
But I'll tell you, the Dodgers have been playing pretty well lately.
Oh my God,
it's ridiculous. I seen them play the Brewers the other night, and the Brewers have got a guy that can light up that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Missorowski or something like that.
I know you're talking
Jacob
about.
Man, he was every time 100, 101. So, before we get off on the Tigers, you're saying bringing Bregman here for what they were talking about is a good deal. I would say so.
Bring him in.
I mean, the only thing that would screw them in the end, if you even want to say that, Is it Bregman? He gets hurt and he says, you know what, I'm going to stay in Detroit now.
Yeah.
But then again, if that's the case, then you have a guy that can play third base for you for the next what?
Yep.
5-6 years.
And here's a sidebar.
What's
Scooble loves him. Scooble's man. Just something to think about.
But do you think them bringing in a Bregman and him staying, opting in, do you think that's going to hinder yourself from signing a Scooble to a big deal?
Make it a mess. Make it a mess. Foul it up sometime, Tigers. Be in kind of a disarray with all-stars and this and that. Put your big boy pants on. It's Scooble's man. That's his man.
Well, if that scenario works out for him, I would say go for it.
Yeah.
And then maybe you bring in a Aroldis Chapman over here too to shore up the
They talked about that. Yeah.
Because it seems like Boston's kind of like
Get some
throwing
real
in the towel.
Get some real all-stars. McKinstry, Green, and Bias. Get some real all-stars. Get Bregman, get Scooble, get Chapman. Get some real all-stars. Just saying.
So what other sports stuff do you have on tap?
Well,
you got anything over there?
You got not spring training. You got your it's 20 days, man. Countdown is starting.
Yeah.
July, some teams report on the 12th of the 21st. I'm sorry, the 21st of this month to football. NFL is back.
Yeah.
NFL is back. College is back. It's on the way. We're doing a big thing. We're doing a nice live thing in Ann Arbor for the opener. We're trying to close that out, with Fraser's Pub. Shout out to Fraser's. They're like a staple of the Ann Arbor community, right around the corner from the stadium. So we'll be out there doing our show, not just about U of M. What's your expectations for them anyway?
Honestly,
U of M this year. Lose. Yeah. Lose.
I don't
Losing?
know, man. I wouldn't say they're going to lose because I was actually surprised at how they pulled out that Ohio State victory last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want I'm a Michigan guy. I like
But isn't
Michigan.
does that wash? Ohio State won the whole thing. Does that really matter that much? Are we really? I mean, nobody was saying anything when Ohio State beat them for 10 years.
So why? My thing is this:
Does it really? Does that
why
game
do we have
really
a Big
matter?
Ten championship game?
Yeah.
Why do we even have this stuff anymore?
Yeah.
Is it going to come to the point where you're going to have, like Tony said a long time ago on the show, everything's going to go to pretty much two big conferences like the NFL?
Yeah.
So are you going to lose that, and they're going to make people play other teams that are in these two big conferences, and you might not have a Michigan-Ohio State every year or a Michigan State-Michigan every year because they have to play kind of what if they do it like the NFL, where they go by your record from the year before?
Well, with the NCAA, you never know what they're going to do. They're just such scam
I
artists.
think if you don't have a Michigan-Ohio State game every year, I think you're going to have...
You have outrage.
Yeah.
But does it mean... I guess... Because...
Think about it.
They won a national championship. Wouldn't Michigan rather win a national championship?
Does that just change the landscape of everything, though? So then now all of a sudden these rivalries like USC, Notre Dame, it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Alabama, Auburn doesn't mean anything anymore.
It should to us, to throwback fans. It should.
But I mean, is the game changing to that point to where
it doesn't?
You're not going to see these anymore? Because here's my thing: can you really get invested into these teams now? These college players
because the players switch.
Yeah, they switch every year.
So you don't know.
So
you
so what if Bryce Underwood comes in and wins the national championship, and it's his first year, and you know what? He's going to Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. That's just kind of the nature of the beast right now.
So basically, the landscape of all professional sports is changing.
Is it change? Yeah.
It's just changing.
Yep.
You're not going to have these rivalries anymore.
Yep. You're not. I was looking at when the Stanley Cup was. Hockey players dress really well.
Do they?
Yeah, coming in, it's really professional. Like it's the blues, the grays, the nice ties, the white shirts, the 2 buttons, the flat fronts. It's not like big sweaters and dummy hats.
So it's not like the NBA.
It's not like the new NBA, or the new WNBA, or whatever that is. Jesus.
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean,
so yeah, I'm like, look at these guys. These guys are sharp, like conservatively sharp. Like nice pinstripe suits. They were, they weren't red and green, and I mean, it was just really conservative, nice.
so
colored.
what's the worst dressed league? NBA?
Yeah, because I never see.
You never see.
I never see any baseball
You don't see
players.
any takes.
No,
in the NBA.
yeah. Nobody's. Everybody. The best dress is a t-shirt and jeans. I think LeBron overdoes it.
Just a little bit.
I think they all overdo it.
Some of those outfits are a little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with hockey right now. Hockey's the best dress. Baseball players, you never see them, barely.
right.
NFL.
Well, hey, I think they have a red carpet now for the All-Star game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm interested to see that. Those festivities start, I believe, Friday or I think they have Saturday. They have a two black college teams playing.
It's the best. It's the best All-Star to me.
Oh yeah,
Still.
absolutely.
NBA, that's a joke. They don't even do they don't even do that in football anymore. That's a skills thing, which is better than actually playing. But MLB is still the best. It's still the best All-Star game, and it's gonna be fun. That's a fun city. It's a lot of baseball heritage there. With Hank Aaron and Bobby Cox, all those teams.
Yeah, I've never been to Truist Park, and Doc's been there.
Oh, Doc's been
And
everywhere.
Doc said you're going to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
He said the battery down there is a phenomenal thing to go around.
Sweet.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Sweet.
But I mean, what else you have sport wise?
Well, like I said-
any other news?
Well, your guy
Who?
sending out all sorts of posts saying that he's
My guy?
Hutch.
That he's ready to go?
That means you're not ready to go. When you send out posts, if you're doing this, but you don't have to send out a post. And they were saying today, I guess he still stays with his mom and dad.
That's not a bad thing. Do you think? I mean, he's a young kid.
It's not a bad thing, but it's.
I mean, some people are
not,
family orientated.
It's not a bad thing at all, but it's a bad thing. I mean, it's for clicks and the hometown boy, and he's trying to. I get what he's doing with it. It's the same thing. Angel Reese was like, "Oh, I spend $8,000 a month on my rent, so I don't even get." Why are you saying that? I mean, it's not like Hutch saying that. I'm just saying,
right?
You're looking for some. Okay, so you have money. Is that why? That's why you're saying that? You have money. There's people out here that can't buy a sandwich, but that's what you're saying, really? You know what I mean? For that, but Hutch is doing it for the. He's doing it for the. Look at him, staying with the mom. He's trying to be the American homegrown savior for the Lions.
You don't
I'm
like
back.
Hutch?
I do not think he is good as everybody makes him. I don't say I didn't like him. I just think he's overblown. They haven't top 10, yes. Top 3, no. That's fair. I don't understand why you guys don't. He had when he was on his way to lead the league in sacks before he got hurt. He had 5 sacks in one game. We were blocking. Everybody forgets that, and they still lost that game. And that's where it just, oh man, Hutch, no.
But don't sacks
He's
come in
good.
bunches, though? I mean, it's kind of a over-exaggerated stat.
The knock on him was in the beginning, he couldn't get any pressure. Remember, he couldn't get pressure. He's only been in the league 3 years.
Yeah,
he couldn't get to the. That's why we're trying to add somebody else.
But when you say that's for anybody that's a top pass rusher, you got to have something that people have to say, you know what? We can double team this guy, but if we do, then we got to worry about that guy. Don't you got to worry about that? I mean, that's any pass rusher.
But there's a lot.
One.
There's a lot that do. I don't remember Reggie White having extra help.
But I mean, Reggie White playing on some good defenses, so
He did, but it's a difference. Like I don't see. Well, Crosby doesn't. He doesn't. He's a one-man gang.
So you think you would take Crosby over Hutch?
Yes, that's why Hutch got into his feelings when he was about to come here. Yeah, I would take Crosby over Hutch.
I think Hutch would love to have Crosby here if it's a possibility.
Now would be something to watch. That would be something because I think Hutch is talented. I just don't think he's top 3 like you guys make him out to be.
But everybody kind of needs help in football to a certain extent.
True.
You got to have a good offensive line in order, unless you're Barry Sanders.
Right.
And Barry Sanders' talent is few and far between. You could say what you want. If Jahmyr Gibbs was on in the 90s, well, the Lions had some decent offensive lines.
They had a good one last year. Yeah. So it's going to be worse this year, but they had a good one last year.
But I mean, you gotta. If football's a team sport, we talked about it before. You gotta have. If you're a number 1 receiver, you gotta have other players that are on that team.
They gotta help you. Yeah, they gotta
help you.
Yeah.
They take that pressure off.
It's a team. It's way more of a team sport than.
I mean, look at it. You could have Tom Brady, but if you have a offensive line that stinks,
right, you're gonna get
and you're getting shelled every game.
It's the ultimate.
Look at Andrew Luck.
It's the ultimate. You're right. It's the ultimate team sport because
Andrew Luck, in my opinion,
he would have been a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Yeah. He probably could have won a couple of Super Bowls.
He would have been a Hall of Famer. He was. I'm trying to put him with somebody. I want to say Marino, kind of like big, maybe a thicker Brady, because he was very smart too.
Right.
So yeah, he just didn't have. I think his spleen was getting ruptured every other play.
Yeah.
It's an ultimate team sport. You need help on all ends, defensively and offensively. But some players.
But I mean, but you could say that for all sports. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could have.
No, not. It's
what
still
about
a team
baseball?
sport. It's still a team sport.
Baseball.
Baseball is a team sport, but you can individually just to go nuts. You can just go. You could just get somebody to go nuts. Bonds.
Well,
you know what I mean?
But those players are few and far between.
You can get Jordan could just go psycho,
right,
and win it by himself. Football, all of them are team sports,
right?
But even when you're at the plate, you're by yourself. You're hitting for yourself. You're hitting for yourself, and you're hitting for the team.
But don't you think you're put in better positions when, let's say, you're coming up at number 4, but I got a Hank Aaron at 5 behind me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's the ultimate team sport. Yeah, I agree. It's team too, but I think football is way more.
Because I mean, Jordan could put a team on his back and win by him, but you still gotta have to.
You still gotta have
somebody pass it to somebody and
gotta
rebound it.
Right, you got other players to play defense to stop the other team.
Well, that's a good thing. Angel Reese, she patterns her game off from what she said, Michael Jordan. Listen, I like Angel Reese. She's doing what she's got to do. Promotion, social media. She's keeping things up, man.
And that's fine. And she's doing a great job. She's doing a great job with that, getting clicks and all that. I think the sky is like 6 and 100 or something.
I think they said Angel Reese said something about she gets all these rebounds and everybody. Somebody said me rebounds.
They're from your shots.
Yeah, from your shots.
Well, like I said, I think they did her. One thing I'll give her, they did an injustice to her. So, like, if you look at her, she just goes up and throws the ball. It looks like she's just flopping every shot. It doesn't look like there's any rhythm, any skill to it. It's just she's taller. But I think they did her an injustice. The hype was too much. Hype her with somebody else than Beckers or Clark or like that, or even Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson has a skillful game. Just what they should have did is promote her as this is the next Rodman coming in. Just promote her that way. That way she doesn't have to score or do this or do that. Just rebound and defend. But in her defense, I think they overhyped her. They overhyped her, and they tried to put her, because this was white and black. These two people that came out, they had their thing in college, but it's not. It's miles apart. As far as Becker's is miles apart. She's not that type of player, so they shouldn't have. I don't think they did her a justice with doing that.
Well, let me ask you something. Since you're saying hype up players, do you think they're doing an injustice for the WNBA by adding teams? Do you think it's getting to be that popular to where the next 3 or 4 seasons are adding teams?
No.
Do you think the talent they have enough to add another 4 more teams?
No.
And make it a really competitive, really elite women's basketball league?
No. Nope.
And then I also heard that the MLB is talking about starting a women's professional fast pitch softball.
I heard that.
And I'll be honest with you.
I'll watch that.
I will. I'll watch it.
I'll watch that.
There is a professional league right now.
I watch college.
Yeah. There's a women's professional league right now, like might be semi-pro. They play them on ESPN all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of good fast pitch women's softball players that I think they need to have a professional league.
Yeah,
out
I
there
think
like
so.
that.
I think so.
I think that can catch. Honestly, I think that can catch more fire than adding more teams to the WNBA.
Whoever's running the WNBA, they're doing it all. It's wrong. It's just wrong. I don't even. It's not, like I said, it's not even interesting to me. I don't even watch Caitlin Clark. I just don't.
Because if you think about it, if Caitlin Clark and
I like
for
Caitlin.
all intents and purposes, Angel Reese weren't in the WNBA, would we be talking about adding 3 or 4 more teams in the next few years?
Well, I don't know how the league still hasn't made money, so I don't know how they keep it open. Somebody's doing something. I don't know how they keep it open. It's not interesting basketball to me. It's like watching the Big Three. I just can't with it. This is something I have no interest in. Like I said, I don't even watch Beckers or Clark. And I like Juju, the girl I don't even watch it. I just don't like women's basketball. And don't hate me, America, for saying it. I just don't like it. I cannot like it. Doesn't mean it's not something that young girls, if they want to do it. I just don't like it. And who am I? I'm just saying I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like men's basketball anymore.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Do I like to see Caitlin Clark play? I do. Mm-hmm. Because I think she's pretty exciting ball player.
Caitlin's nice.
Yeah. So, I'll watch that. But to say I could watch anybody, and to be honest with you, other than Angel Reese and Asia Wilson, sure. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I think if they do add a women's professional fast pitch softball league that's affiliated with the MLB, I think that you're looking at a pretty successful organization, league like the MLB.
Yeah,
I can make it.
I would like
good.
to see. I would like to see it because I'm a baseball guy, so I would like to see that.
I wonder where they'll play though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you think you're going to have to come up with so if Detroit's going to have their own team, do you see stadiums built for a women's professional team?
That's going to be very costly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, where would you?
You can just find some
have
nice.
to do that.
You could just go to U of M and play, or just stay. Yeah, you don't. No, I don't know. You'd have to
because
you can't
I'm
just
sure
start
they're
building
talking
stadiums.
about if you're talking about a women's professional fast pitch league, you're going to have some seats there. Mm-hmm. If they're going to, if this is going to be something year in, year out.
Well, you definitely have to do your homework to construct it to get it right. But yeah, I don't. You're not going to go just buy some.
Because you couldn't
Jerry's
play,
World or something like that.
You couldn't play on these men's fields.
Or you could play in the venues like a Jerry World and just can have it. Maybe I don't know. You're not going to get a lot of fans to it, but you're not going to actually build nothing. You're not going to build a whole bunch of stadiums. No way.
Maybe they'll play over there where the old ballpark is at the Bow.
There you go. That's not. Yeah, that could be a spot. That's nice.
Or maybe
that's nice.
Go and play over there in Hamtramck. in the old Detroit Stars.
That's a nice place. It's got to keep it maintenance and all that, but yeah, it's a nice field. It just depends, like and it depends on how many teams you get. And but
I wonder how many they'll start off with. I'm interested. I thought that was great because I've actually really been enjoying watching women's fast pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like to watch the college girls play.
What else you have?
Better than the WNBA. I don't watch that. I'm not going to watch when Steph leaves. I'm not watching basketball.
You're not watching it?
No.
I think I'll be honest with you. I think in the NBA has become a complete debacle.
It is.
I really do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, when Steph leaves, I'm not.
And I would say the downward spiral happened when LeBron took his talents to South Beach. It has been a complete downward spiral in the NBA since that
he
happened.
started all this.
Yeah, he did.
And then now he says the ring culture is no big deal. Yes, it is. It's always a big deal. It's always a big deal. And you know it. That's why you said not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8,
Yeah.
9, and 10.
So what else do you have in it?
I don't have anything but a closing.
Okay, let's hear the closing arguments.
I have the closing arguments to get it off, to tell it like it is, whatever you want to say. America, we stink at tennis. We do. It's time to, somebody needs to step up, be a star, take the reins. We stink at tennis.
All around, men's and women's?
All around. It's time to get some stars. Tennis is a star-studded sport.
But when is it? But think about it, though, Co. I mean,
It's a
when was it
star-studded-
really star-studded?
It was
Back in the
star-studded.
70s and
No,
80s?
in the 80s and the 90s. In the 80s and 90s. Then Serena made it watchable.
Yeah, but Serena and Venus, they were the only two that were winning.
No, they
anything.
had the other. She had the rivalry with, you got to bring like the pretty girl that really can't play. We don't even have that. Remember the Sports Illustrated model? She couldn't play, but she was real pretty. She's
Oh, yeah. Anna Kournikova.
Yeah, you got to bring that. You got to bring something to it. There's nothing to it. Coco Gauff stinks.
So we need to sexualize tennis, women's tennis.
I don't know. I don't think you sexualize it, but put some contrast.
I mean, everything else has been sexualized.
Well,
Why not women's tennis?
Well,
right?
Sabinka's a model. The girl that, but Coco Gauff, and you got to be competitive.
Here's
You
my
got to win. Tennis, American tennis. There's always an issue. There's always something going on. It's always who's the last men's Agassi, Sampras.
But is it because we're seeing a huge generation of maybe the past 25 years where tennis hasn't been on the forefront? How many kids actually play tennis? I'll be honest with you. I drive around and I see kids in my neighborhood and other neighborhoods playing cricket.
Or pickleball.
Cricket.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And how many kids actually say, "Hey, I want a racket,"
Right.
and they go up? I mean, when we were kids, it was like, shoot, we played pretty much anything or tried it. I played tennis a little bit for fun, not I didn't play on the high school team or anything else like that. But hey, you want to play some tennis? Yeah, let's go up there and hit
It's
the ball
actually a
around.
fun sport.
Yeah.
It's fun sport, but we need something.
But have we
America.
really had is the United States really had a ton of stars at one time? It's almost kind of like there was McEnroe, and then there was it was Agassi after him, or who was it before him?
McEnroe was Boris. No, not Boris. McEnroe, Agassi.
It was always somebody over. It was they had their
Sampras.
time, and then it was this guy, and then they had their
Sampras,
time. There
yeah.
wasn't any. I don't think there was any 10
Connor,
hot all-star
Connor,
tennis players.
Connors,
Jimmy
Connors,
Connors.
McEnroe,
That was
Sampras.
70s.
Yeah, 80s, 70s. Yeah, but it was still much more interesting. Wimbledon's not even interesting. It wasn't even interesting. No Americans, they never hold up their end of the bargain. Like people want to put Coco. No, Coco, she's already 21. She only won 2 majors. 21 in tennis is 90.
I happen to agree with you, man.
You got to win more.
I don't think you have the stars like you used
No,
to.
you
And
don't.
maybe that's just the popularity of the sport is waning. And in a minute, I mean, you see a lot of stuff you see on TV now. I see cornhole, professional cornhole
Yeah.
on ESPN. There was a team from Michigan.
Yeah.
I seen it the other day. I'm like, professional cornhole? What are we coming to?
And I'm great at cornhole too. Dart throwing or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's just, America has a good history with tennis players, women and men. And it's just no longer.
But is the popularity waning
Yeah.
to where,
Yeah.
maybe it's going to kind of die out?
Looks that way.
I mean, think about it. Look at soccer, how popular soccer is.
Soccer's taking over. Football and soccer are the ones to beat. They're the ones.
I mean,
they're the kings.
The Detroit Field City, they're building a new stadium in Southwest Detroit.
They're
I
the
think it's a
kings.
15,000 seat stadium.
They're the kings. Soccer's king.
Yeah.
Soccer and NFL is king.
Yeah.
It is. That's just my take on it. I'll leave it alone.
You got anything else?
Leave it alone until next week. Nope. I got nothing.
Well, next week we won't be on.
Next week, no, that's right. We will not be on. We'll be on after the week after that.
I will be in Atlanta.
Yep. Yep.
I'm going to get some good footage.
Yeah. Get Judge.
Get Judge Ohtani. I'm looking forward to seeing Ohtani.
Yep.
I figured it this way. All the players that I'm going to see are pretty much players that I wanted to see that maybe the Tigers didn't play. And I get to see them in person all in one spot.
Yep. That's
That'd
gonna
be
be that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, listen, folks, we want to thank you for tuning into the Roar Live tonight, right here on mymichigantv.com and the Kavana Broadcast Network YouTube channel. So much to talk about, so much good things coming up in the next month. Of course, we'll be back on with the Lions games. And, people on the field and all that other good stuff, interviews with fans and
Month
of
away.
course we got a thing brewing up with Frazier's in Ann Arbor. So we're looking forward to that.
And the Lions are in the Hall of Fame game finally.
Jared just said to me, is that something they play every year? I'm like, yeah, but I said, I don't know why they even play. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's just
because you're not going to see any starters.
Nobody's going to play.
It's
yeah.
all like fifth string.
Well, you got to do it to see who can make it.
Yeah.
So it's, and it's something
But
for it's for football freaks, football fanatics. I never watch it, but yeah.
Yeah.
The way golf looked the last game, he should play in it.
Yeah.
Shots to golf.
Yeah. What are you going to do, right?
Right. But football is coming, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we love.
Yep. And that's coming up. So we got a lot of good things coming up for you next week. Or not next week, the week after. And more things to say.
Look for us at Fraser.
Yeah.
We'll get that out going. We're working on that right now. So we will be there for the Michigan opener.
Yes.
We're trying to drill down the
and
times.
we want to see everybody out there.
So, call. We're going to be talking
It'll
everything.
be a good time.
U of M.
U of M.
Tigers.
I have some guests.
Basketball to be
former
good.
U of M players in there.
Yep. So,
It'll be fun.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. All right, everybody. Well, for Corey Tiez, I'm Scotty William, and this is the Roar Live. We will see you next time right here on mymichigantv.com and the Kavana Broadcast Network. See you next time.
Peace, folks.